Senator from Washington State is recognized.
Mr. President, I want to thank my colleague, Senator Landrieu, for her fight and vigor today in trying to break a log jam here on the Senate floor and to pass important small business legislation. You know, when you think of Louisiana and you think of the Saints, you think of, you know, the people there that have such spirit. And I just want to thank her. If there was a time in our country's history when small business ever needed a patron saint, it was at the crisis of 2008. And Senator Landrieu in the Small Business Committee has become the leader and voice for small business in America. So I want to thank her for that same fight that she put into making sure her constituents received help and support in the post-Katrina catastrophe, the same fight that she displays now in making sure that the Gulf is addressed and that there are resources put in for cleanup. She is putting that same fight into the millions of Americans who are trying to get access to capital for their small businesses. Now, we're only talking about 3 basic things in this bill, all to help small business. We're talking about tax credits to make sure that things like equipment and machinery get some little support so small businesses will make some more investments. We're talking about tried and true programs like the 7A loan program and the 504 loan program and the enhancements of those programs to put more capital out onto the streets. And we've already pointed out how that capital, because we've allowed this enhancement to expire, we have seen a 60% reduction in June of the amount of money accessible for small businesses below 2008 levels. Is that what we really want to do? Suppress capital to small business by 60% below 2008? Just in the month of August, if we don't get this legislation passed, there'll be $760 million less dollars available for small business. I know some of my colleagues are saying, well, you know, just let this keep going. Republicans will keep voting against cloture, and we'll do this in September. It is not acceptable to wait till September to help small businesses that need access to capital today. I wish that people would listen to the heartbreak in America of small businesses. When the crisis happened in 2008, many of these people are resourceful people. That's why they start small businesses. So what did they do when the crisis happened? They buckled down. They tried to figure out how to make adjustments in their businesses. They borrowed money from relatives. They borrowed from their 401 programs. They did everything they possibly could to hang on for a year. Now contrast that to Wall Street. Wall Street didn't even have to hang on for one day. They got help from the Treasury. Not even what Congress did. Not even what Congress did. The Treasury was over there helping people before they even asked for help. Nobody did that for small business in America. So these people have waited over a year to get this help. They hung on with their savings and their investments for 1 year. And so in January, Mr. President, they were ready to go with these programs and these support systems and wanted to see the access to capital. But they didn't see that. Not only did they not see these programs, enhancements that we've wanted, like the recapitalization of community banks, instead, they saw their community bankers tell them, we're canceling your performing line of credit. People did everything to hang on. They did everything they could to hang on. And I can tell you stories that are heartbreaking about restaurants, about small businesses that closed their doors after 30 years of being in business, closed their doors because they couldn't hang on anymore. So the question is for my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, how many more businesses are going to close? How many more people are going to lose their jobs if we don't address this issue and break this deadlock and make sure that we are voting on access to capital for small businesses on Main Street? Calculate it up. They have already been holding on. They can't hold on much longer. Every day that goes by that we don't reauthorize this advancement in the 7A program, we are costing dollars. We are costing small business access to capital that they used to have. It's not even new capital in some cases, it's capital they used to have. But it got canceled out from under them because of what happened on Wall Street. So it's time for my colleagues to show the same level of urgency for small business, to show that we understand that these individuals in America have been hanging on. Listen, they are what makes America the great country because they are such entrepreneurs. And they have done everything they can to weather this storm. But it's time to put down the no votes on moving ahead and move to getting this product, the enhancements of 7A and the 504, and the capital and recapitalization of community banks off this Senate floor and get signed before the House adjourns. That's what we need to do to create jobs now in August. And if you don't want to do that, you are going to be costing many, many more Americans their livelihood. I thank the President and I yield the floor.